G'day guys and gals, welcome back. So I've kept my first group that I did in my LKDPA video. I've left them there and now I'm going to go LKDPB. And I'm just going to use a second throw together group. So this be it. Okay, so we have Steward as our primary arts damage in one of the particular lanes, which has a whole bunch of shielded enemies, primarily. We have two single target snipers because we do have drones on this map. Don't particularly think that just Cruz has the damage to do it. In fact, I'm nearly certain that she doesn't, so I'm bringing a Nakil just as a backup. We have one standard Vanguard, so I have Vanilla for that. As I said, we have drones in this map, so I'm bringing a ranged guard, namely Areen, because that is his specialty. Orchard. Orchard just as a slower, but she's the cheapest one, so... Areen's skill 2, by the way. Healer, I'm basically using Ansel because Ansel versus Hibiscus, Ansel basically has the lower attack, so he is the worse, quote-unquote, healer. And last but not least, Ambriel, who will be using her second skill as well. She's a long-range sniper, and she'll be pretty much on cleanup. I did this a couple of times, and without bringing Ambriel, who is very limited and restricted in her use, I wasn't quite able to get this through successfully. So if this does help you out, guys, please leave a subscribe, and hopefully you'll stay tuned for more. So we have a Vanguard in facing up, we have Cruz in facing their incursion point. Now we're gonna have to wait for some deployment points to pop in Steward just here. Next in will be Nakil. He will be in facing backwards. That's because we need him attacking the bottom lane as well, much the same as Cruz is. A slower will be in next, facing that way. Once again, one tile on the bottom row, but I don't want her the other way around, so I don't want to move her forward so she attacks more on the bottom row. Basically, I want Orchard to be an absolute last resort. More deployment points. Areen's in next. Face him towards that entry point. Next will be our healer. Pop in Ansel that way so Ansel can heal both groups. And last but absolutely not least will be Ambriel, who will be just up here behind Cruz. So right here, facing Cruz. Now we're going to be saving all our skills because we need to use them at specific times, except for obviously Vanilla. We don't need deployment points anymore. And I'm not really expecting anything to get too close to Vanilla. So no dramas there. So this first shielded enemy here, we want, as soon as Nakil starts shooting, we want to use his skill. Because we want to save Orchard's skill for later, and we also need to use a Nakil skill later, so we want to use it as soon as it's more or less viable. So I'll fast forward this a little bit longer. And now we should have our second group of fairly armored operator enemies. So here they all are. So basically this enemy here is what we want a Nakil skill for. So we're leaving this shielded enemy until Orchard starts attacking him. So as soon as she starts her attack animation, we'll use her skill. Areen's skill as soon as this enemy comes out. Same as usual, a Nakil skill. You'll probably need to use Ansel's skill to keep Steward alive. So Vanilla's done now. I can take her out. No point in keeping her. And we're going to activate Ambriel's skill when it's just these two enemies left. So that gives Ambriel unlimited range. So she's just going to peck at that enemy and it's not going to give a damn. So that's it. That one's nice and simple, more or less. I realized that Ambriel might be a bit of a funny one for you guys, but it's good to actually use units like that where you just need a little bit of a pushover so you don't have to like waste better units. In this particular one where you've got to actually build up a whole bunch, or sacrifice, I should say, a whole bunch of operators. Well, that's it. Stay tuned for the next one.